Hello and welcome to Spartan Life Radio. I'm your host, Cheryl Wilkerson. So glad you're joining me on a Sunday afternoon. This is the first Sunday in February that we're getting together, so I'm thankful for that. Our guest today, some more heavy hitters we have on schedule today. But first, my first guest is Dr. Angela Reddix. She is the founder and CEO of ARDX. But if I sat here and told you all that she has done, and all that she is doing, and all that have recognized her, we would be here until next month. But suffice it to say, when Virginia Business says she is one of 100 people to meet in 2022, you all need to sit back with your cup of coffee or your cup of tea and meet Dr. Angela Reddix this afternoon. Okay, welcome to Spartan Life Radio.
Well, thank you for having me, Cheryl, and wow, what an introduction.
Well, you deserve all of that and more. And so, so you have this wonderful company that, you're the CEO and you're the founder of. But let's go back before that. How did we get to this space? What was it, your great-grandmother praying? Was it your grandfather that you saw? How did you get information before we get to where you are now?
Well, for sure, I had a praying grandmother. So that's for sure. You hit it on the head there. I'm actually born and raised, born down the street from Norfolk State at Norfolk Community Hospital back in the day.
Wow.
And started early years was in Liberty Park, again, right there near Norfolk State. Mm-hmm. And relocated. My mother, later on in life, relocated me to the Virginia Beach area and graduated from the Virginia Beach school system. I will say, how did I get here? Well, I firmly believe that my steps were definitely ordered, and I can't even tell you that it was with intention by me. It was basically wherever I landed, I was determined to learn. And I tell the students all the time when I'm teaching or anytime I'm presenting, I believe my success came from growing where I was planted. I was always the youngest. I was, most of the time, the minority, and definitely one of the only women at all the tables as I climbed through corporate America. I started in sales and pharmaceutical sales, then moved into telecommunications, then moved into marketing and telecommunications, later on training in telecommunications, and then moved into project management. It is through relationship that I was introduced to the world of consulting. And my first consulting gig was in the healthcare space. I stuck with it. I was recruited by larger companies, and I stuck with it. Many people were quitting because it was tough. It was a lot of hours. There were a lot of demands. You kind of had to put your life on hold. And an expert comes simply by sticking to it. The longer you're in it and you entrench yourself in it, you become the expert. There's actually a theory, Cheryl. It's called expert performance deliberate practice. And it talks about, in the book, The Outliers, they talk about 10,000 hours.
Yes.
That has been my life. So where other people can't stick with the commitment, can't put in the time, the 10,000 hours, you can't expect to get the reward if you're not willing to stick to the commitment.
But that makes perfect sense to me, Dr. Reddix. But like, I have friends, and when I look at their life, I think about how diverse they are. Like, they've gone to school and learned this, and then they've changed and they've learned this and they've learned that. And when I think about myself, sometimes I'm like, well, Cheryl, all I know is radio. Like when you were talking about the healthcare and the IT and all of that, I'm like, I don't even know what Dr. Angela is talking about because all of that is so foreign to me because all I know is radio. And so that could make me feel inferior.
Wow. Well, first of all, we all have a purpose. I firmly believe it. I have had an entrepreneurial mindset since a very, very young child. I came into this world creating. And so I was an only child. I had to create my own fun, and my creating of fun came from lining my dolls up. I had a Rodney Allen Rippy doll. Never forget that. And I would teach school. I would create opportunities for myself. I would create for my cousins. So it's blending, understanding where you naturally lean, and being okay, being confident, leaning into that creative space. My mother was a business leader, so I think I got it honestly from her that I have a business mindset. So I think coupling the business mindset with creativity, and then having the confidence to just apply for promotions, which open new doors and new opportunities, and having a determination to be excellent in that. I would say that's been my recipe, and I love education. So, I look forward to getting my master's and then going back and getting my PhD. It's a combination of all of that, and really cherishing relationships. And learning and not being afraid to ask for mentorship, to also pay it forward and mentor others. I would say that's how I've landed where I am today.
And all of that has led you not only to be the founder and the CEO of ARDX, but that has gotten you on the national stage. Yes,
absolutely. And, I tell people, I bleed just like you, Cheryl, and you have done amazing things. Your name is, definitely a player in this area. And so I would say that we all serve a purpose. And I believe that the national stage, it came from ARDX. I think ARDX is a credibility. The fact that, formed this company from zero, like no roadmap, zero. It was just me. To have over 100 employees all over the United States, and we've done about now $190 million worth of government contracting.
Oh, goodness.
And I didn't have anyone telling me how to do this. I didn't have anyone in my family or anyone in my circle who had done anything like this before. It is literally putting one foot in front of the other, keeping stepping. And I can't tell you the number of people who said, you could never make this happen. You could never be successful with this. The federal government, they're the hardest customer. All of the naysayers. And it only takes, a drop of faith, the size of a mustard seed. I am a testimony of that. So I would say that, having a vision and continuing with that, but I will tell you the national stage really comes from, what do you do with that success? Do you just hoard it? Is it for you? Or do you understand that your purpose is to be a light so that other people can see the possibilities? We've done things in the community since the very beginning of the company. I remember my first contract was $500,000. And even at the
Whoa. Yeah. Your first one was how much?
My first contract was $500,000. And, and now we're doing, multi-million-dollar contracts over several years. And, I remember even with that first contract, we're in the healthcare space. And so I understand how the rate of chronic health conditions, how that drives up the cost of care, especially when you're talking about the Medicare community, which is the area that I am an expert in. And as we look at that, I saw that the indicators to what contributes to chronic health conditions, it basically boils down to obesity. What are you eating?
Yes.
What are your what's your lifestyle that triggers stress, that triggers chronic health conditions? And so in those early days, we were only a year in business. And we formed our corporate social responsibility initiatives where we were out in the community teaching young kids. This was before the Just Move or Let's Move campaign by First Lady Michelle Obama. This was before that even hit, that we were talking about creating lifestyle education for the youth. Because if we can get ahead of these issues before someone is eligible for Medicare, 65 years or older or disabled, then we could drive down the cost of health care, and we could protect the Medicare Trust Fund so more of us will be able to take advantage of that when we're of age. And so it is that giving back that then grew into a national program that I'm working with girls throughout the United States, over 2,149 girls in 48 states, teaching them about confidence through the tool of entrepreneurship. These things, that's what gets you on the national stage. Is,
the giving back.
It's the giving back. It's that, but to give back, you have to have something that you can give.
Correct.
It's money, yes. But what is most valuable is the experience, the knowledge to be able to pull these kind of programs together and to have empirical evidence that we are making a difference. And so that's the space that I love, the community, and to be able, every time I tell the ARDX story, coming from a single mother, a teenage mother, being raised in those early years by my grandmother, my aunts, and my uncles, transitioning at a critical stage in a young girl's life when you're trying to figure out your identity, and you move from where everyone looks like you, comfortable, African American all around you, to where you are the only one in your classroom in Virginia Beach. There's so many challenges that you face of isolation and depression. And back then, we didn't know the words to put, with these feelings, but that's what it was. To then soar through the school system, and my mother knowing this is the school system I know you need to be in, then to go off to James Madison University, where my mother, an African-American single mother, was able to write a check for my education.
Wow.
And I graduated and did not have a penny of debt.
Yes.
Not one penny. So, yes, I am, blazing trails, but honestly, my mother, she created that trail that made it easier for me to be in this position. So I say to everyone, listen, the success of ARDX, the Ebony list, the Virginia business list, I stand there and don't recognize Angela for who, just Angela as the person. It's the story. And if I can do it, you can be on that list also.
That is inspirational. And while you are speaking and you're talking about these young girls, Dr. Angela, and you're talking about instilling them with confidence, and it comes off the past few days where we have this wonderful woman and she's claimed the crown of Miss USA, and we read in the papers that, for whatever reason, reportedly, I say, she took her own life. An attorney, we saw her on TV, and we saw her being a correspondent, and we saw her being a beautiful Miss USA. And what can we do? I mean, you obviously are doing something, but what can the average Joe and the average Josephine do? Because we don't know how people are. We look at them and we think, especially on social media, we look at them and think, they got it going on. We don't know. We don't know what's going on. So how do we combat that?
Oh, sure. I have so much to say about that. That really shook me to my core. And right on the heels of, my heart just bleeds for Regina King and her son.
Yes.
You don't know what people are struggling with. And I will tell you, these youth, with all that we're dealing with COVID, the entrepreneurs, there's a study out of San Francisco, University of San Francisco, where we talk about entrepreneurs are twice as likely to commit suicide.
Oh, my goodness.
We are living in dark times.
We are. We really are.
And it requires all of us to know that compassion rules, compassion, love and compassion for your fellow human beings. We are connected, regardless of what our political views are. We are connected. If we are in this world, we're connected. We're not born to be alone. We're connected. And so in that, as an employer, I think about all the ways that we can provide support to our employees. And it's a business. We have to run a business. But we can operate a business with compassion. We can operate a business understanding that everyone's trying to survive, and with the uncertainties that this virus has posed upon us, we thought that by now we would be in a whole different place, but we're almost going backwards. These are troubling times. Through ARDX Foundation, we shine the light on mental wellness. And this has been for 6 years now, where we have programs to allow people to, especially in the African-American community, where, you were shunned for saying that you have a mental illness. And so we try to normalize the conversation. What can we do, Cheryl, was the question. Each and every one of us can check on our friends. And in particular, I hear people say, check on the strong ones, because I will tell you, people are wearing a smile and they are suffering.
Yep.
And so we can't just surface, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine. Oh, we have to dig deeper. Talk to me about that. Tell me what's going on. And dig deeper, not to gossip, not to, we have to be able to dig deeper to get to a better understanding of really, how is your heart? And also, we have to be vulnerable to share our story when we're not doing well. I will tell you, there's 3 numbers that are on speed dial, and I've added a 4th in more recent times. As a business owner, my accountant, my attorney, and I will tell you, my counselor. Yes, Dr. Angela Reddix sees someone on a regular. Why? Because I have so many pressures on me, so many people depending on me making emotionally sound decisions.
You do.
I have to be careful how much I lay on people, because I recognize, while it may seem glamorous to be on these lists, the reality is, to whom much is given, much is required. And as a result, sometimes I can't dump all this on everybody. Because people need to believe that there's something to aspire to. But there is someone that I can call, and I'm paying them to listen to me. Right. But I will tell you also, if you are operating outside of having any faith in anything bigger than yourself, I don't know how you survive. So I am so grateful that I am, during COVID, I made a transition in my church home. And I was looking for something different that was a connection because of, the pressures I'm under. I tell you, Cheryl, one of the best things I did was connect with a church leader who has been a mentor to me that I can call when I am making tough business decisions. And he stopped. He has a huge congregation, but he stops and he prays with me. I made a big decision or announcement last Monday, and probably 6 o'clock that morning, I emailed my bishop, and I will tell you, Bishop Kim Brown at the Mount. At the Mount. And I texted and I told him, the announcement I was making. My bishop and elder arrived at my office at the appointed time to pray with me before I put my face on to speak to my company with this announcement. And that's what I'm, to be able to have that relationship where you call and they know the weight that is on me with the decisions that I have to make, and they make time for me. So I don't know how people survive if you don't understand that, number one, you have to have a direct line to your own, my Savior. I have to have a direct line, and then He has directed my path to a spiritual leader who can rally around me during these times.
I am speaking to Dr. Angela Reddix. If you're just joining us, she is the founder and CEO of ARDX. And she's phenomenal, so phenomenal. We were talking about the national stage and, Ebony recognizing her. But how about the city of Norfolk recognizing you? You had your own day back in October, and you are on the air today to encourage others. And I just want to thank you for taking out time to do that today. So where is this company going in the next 3 years?
Funny you should ask, Cheryl. We have a big announcement that we're going to be sending out. I will tell you, major expansion.
Okay.
I will be, there's a press release that will be released, press release coming out that'll go into more detail. But it is amazing that we have created a process to, let's just say, ensure there's wealth for our employees. Wonderful. And I am so excited. That's where ARDX is going. As far as Angela, I am all things creating wealth and opportunities for women. So I have the Reddix Rules program where every year we open the portal in March, and we open in March, we announce in May, and we build the operational practices for 10 women business owners. I am also... You got
your own Shark Tank going, Dr. Angela.
Oh, yeah. And really doing a lot with financial literacy and building a millionaire mindset for women through other programs. So we list all of those on angelareddix.com.
And that's a good time for you to give out any social media information that you want people to follow.
Oh, absolutely. So the hub of information is angelareddix.com. From there, you'll see all the different brands, ARDX.net, ARDX.net. Please just connect with us on Facebook. We're ARDX Consultants. And you'll hear about some of the new things that we're launching. Very excited. And I am on Instagram at I am Dr. Ange Reddix. We're constantly putting out new information. And I really know that I am living right now in the overflow, Cheryl. Every goal that I could have ever imagined, I have accomplished. And so I am living today to show other people how to have a taste of these opportunities. And I believe that is what wealth is all about. It's not about money in the bank. It's about having opportunities to have options. And with options, we can be healthier because we are not stressed. It's not as difficult as people make it sound. But I have created a process, and I am telling you the recipe. Follow this recipe, and I promise you that you will get to a place where you feel that you can exhale and think about where you want to be because you've already handled the basic things which are on the lower level of Maslow's hierarchy of need. And so I'd love to engage and connect with folks. So definitely go to angelareddix.com and you can enter your email, et cetera, and we stay connected.
You are absolutely awesome. First and foremost, before you go, I just want to congratulate you on the major expansion. And I want to say that, yes, we are going to remember to grow where we are planted. And yes, after listening to you today, I'm sure people know why you are one of the 100 people to meet in 2022. It's just obvious. It's just you're just flowing right through these radio vines. So just thank you so much for joining us today. And I wish you the absolute best. I hope to see you soon in person. We can do a COVID hug and all that good stuff because I feel good vibes coming through the radio, and I know I will get all of that tenfold in person. You are awesome.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you so much. This was so enjoyable.
Thank you, and we will talk again soon, okay?
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All righty. Bye-bye.
There you have it. Dr. Angela Reddix. ARDX is her company. She's the founder and CEO. And hopefully you got all of her social media handles. If not, I'm going to put out a flyer. I put out a flyer, but I'll have that information. You all can always call me. Any guest that we have on the show, you all can always call me, and we'll give you that information. That was absolutely awesome. Cheryl Wilkerson, Spartan Life Radio. Don't go anywhere. Part 2 of amazing guests coming up right after this. It's Spartan Life Radio. I'm your host, Cheryl Wilkerson. Excited about the wonderful guests that come my way every week. Boy, how blessed am I, how blessed are we that we get to talk to these exciting people. They're doing exciting things within Hampton Roads, outside of Hampton Roads. And yes, another exciting guest is on the line right now. February, love, and all of that. So we welcome to the program AnnaMarie Ward. She is a mental health associate. And AnnaMarie Ward is with Centera Healthcare and American Heart Association, Hampton Roads Young Professionals board member, and a national volunteer for Go Red for the Women Movement. Ms. AnnaMarie, welcome to Spartan Life Radio.
Hi, thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Man, that sounds like you are everywhere doing everything.
Yes, I like to stay busy. I thrive on it.
Well, we are certainly glad that you joined us because that is mighty impressive. Again, like I said, she's a mental health associate with Centera Healthcare, American Heart Association, Hampton Roads Young Professionals board member, and national volunteer for Go Red for Women Movement. So, yeah, we talked about February. February is just a lovely month. It is the American Heart Month, and tell us about what the American Heart Association is doing to celebrate.
Oh, my gosh. They are doing so many things. So one in particular is they're doing National Wear Red Day, which was February 4th, which basically we encourage everyone to wear red, just to bring awareness and advocate for heart disease and stroke. And another thing that's kind of happening is their theme this year is Reclaiming Your Rhythm, which I love because it kind of ties in music and just kind of reclaiming like who you are and because the pandemic stole a lot from us. It caused a lot of stress for women in particular, and as we know, women tend to put themselves on the back burner. So Reclaiming Your Rhythm is basically just helping women get back to their best selves. We've actually collaborated with Pandora to assist with women getting back their confidence by having fun playlists and songs that are uplifting and empowering. So lots of exciting things happening for Heart Month. So yeah, that's there's a ton, but to start, that's definitely a big part of what's going on.
I think that's very telling what you said when you said the pandemic stole a lot from us. That is a whole mouthful, but AnnaMarie, that is so true. People have been saying it for a while, but I think it's becoming clearer and clearer and clearer for people every day as we continue to fight the battles that we're fighting with this pandemic.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So once again, go over those activities for me again, please.
So there's the National Wear Red Day, which was on February 4th. And that's where we encourage everyone to wear red in order to bring awareness to heart and stroke health. And then there's also the theme for the American Heart Association for women particularly, which is Reclaiming Your Rhythm, which is essentially just helping women gain back their power after having so much stress from the pandemic and normal life. It's really just a movement to encourage heart health and mental health with that collaboration with Pandora, because it's like reclaiming your rhythm, like getting the rhythm of music, getting back out there, feeling confident. We also had a luncheon this past Friday as well, which is all about, which was just such an amazing movement with keynote speakers delivering different speeches and an inspiration. We had Maya Shaka, I think I'm saying her name correctly.
You are.
And she delivered the most inspirational speech about how heart health has impacted her family and her life. And we also had a survivor. Her name is Malu Avila Silva. Avellino. Oh, my gosh. I might be messing that up.
It sounds good to me.
Yes, but she is a heart attack survivor. And what's wild about her story is she used to walk 5 miles a day and never noticed any type of issue or concern. So she gave a really amazing speech as well. And then we had a special guest, including the Grammy-nominated hip-hop duo Black Violin.
Yes.
So we are really promoting this movement, Reclaiming Your Rhythm, National Wear Red Day, and we had the Go Red for Women Luncheon. There's lots of really fabulous and inspiring events that are just really advocating and bringing awareness to the American Heart Association and why it's so important to get involved.
And that story about the lady with walking the 5 miles a day, I had a family member, and she was doing the same thing and had a heart attack, and her doctor told her that had she not been doing that exercise, that walking she was doing, it would have been worse. Because I don't want people to say, oh, well, why would I do it if I'm still going to have, problems or whatever. We still want you to do it because it will lessen the impact of the bad stuff.
Absolutely, yes. I think what's important with that, too, is I believe she's in her 50s. But it's important to know that heart disease can really happen at any age. And whether you feel healthy or not, it's so important just to get checked and talk with your doctor as just a part of your routine, which is a big part of, Heart Month is really advocating for women especially to get checked and to make sure they're safe, because it can really happen to anyone at any age.
That is the truth. That is the truth. Well, we also know the American Heart Association brings the Go Red for Women movement to regions, not just in the 757, but this is nationwide. This goes all over the nation. So what is Go Red for Women? That's really exciting that it's a nationwide initiative.
Yes, it is a national movement, and I was in the class. I was in the Go Red for Women class of 2015-2016, so I really got to see firsthand what this movement can do. But basically, it's the American Heart Association's signature initiative to raise awareness in heart disease, specifically in women, and how it is really a great threat to the lives of women. And it just really advocates on how we can take action to improve their health and their longevity and quality of life. And it's really exciting, too, because with Go Red for Women, we have national sponsors like CVS Health, Centera Healthcare, which I work for, and Optima Health. So it's cool to work for a company that sponsors another organization that I'm also very passionate about. And what's cool about Go Red for Women as well is they have kind of these 4 main focus areas, which is ensuring all women are aware of the cause and the importance of heart health, and helping women take charge of their health and their life, helping women to really engage in research and STEM careers, and removing barriers women face for good health. So it really is a unique platform designed to increase women's heart health and truly is a catalyst to improve the lives of women globally.
I think that when you say women and heart health and it's important, I think maybe that goes over some people's heads because, you know what, I don't have any problems with my heart. It's going all right. Yeah, I have a little stress. That doesn't have anything to do with my heart. But yes, it does,
yes,
right?
It does.
You know, and this is not a female, but my example is that I just heard this within the last few weeks that Dr. Martin Luther King, when he left us, when he was assassinated, he was 39 years old, but they say his heart was that of a 60-year-old, and they attributed that to stress.
Yeah.
So we have to take care, even then, like we think nothing's wrong or we think it's not connected. The body, you know the old song, the so-and-so's connected to the so-and-so, the whole body.
Yes.
Everything is connected, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, whatever, it's all connected.
Yes, absolutely. And yes, like the Go Red for Women campaign and lots of this research is geared towards women, but it's important for men. It's important for everyone to get to get checked. But the purpose of this movement is to empower specifically women. But I agree, no matter who you are, what age you are, it's so important to keep your heart healthy, whether it's walking, diet, exercise. And what's cool is the American Heart Association website has so many articles and recipes and resources for you to use, so you can be mindful and educate yourself on how you can be healthy and make sure that you are, having access to things that are going to keep your heart nice and strong.
Oh, that's good. So the website has some healthy recipes and some healthy maybe exercises or tips people can use?
Yes, absolutely. It really is. If you're wondering, it gives you facts, statistics. It gives you ways to, even involvement. It gives you ways to lobby. It really, if you're looking to get more information about heart health, it is a plethora of knowledge that is really good if you're trying to educate yourself on matters of heart and stroke health.
Good to know. Good, great information. By chance, if you just joined Spartan Life Radio, I am speaking with AnnaMarie Ward today. She's a mental health associate. She's with Centera Healthcare, but she's also the American Heart Association Hampton Roads Young Professionals Board member and also national volunteer for Go Red for Women's Movement. February is American Heart Month, and that's why she's on today giving us all of this wonderful information. So the local division of the American Heart Association in Hampton Roads recently hosted their Go Red for Women digital luncheon. How was that, AnnaMarie?
Oh, my gosh. It was such an amazing event. It was very moving, just a lot of inspiration, a lot of just empowerment and encouragement. And what was really amazing is we had such significant people, anchors, significant community members, all wear red to honor this day. And then we had our keynote speaker, Maya Shaka, who is just an amazing individual, and she delivered just amazing speech about how heart health has really impacted herself and her family and what she's gone through, and how you can make changes based off her own personal experiences. And then we also had a survivor speak, which was Malu Avelino Silva. I might be saying that kind of wrong, but she was in her 50s, walked 5 miles a day, and she still and she ended up having a heart attack. She was a heart attack survivor, but her speech was so profound on just the importance of staying healthy and being active and eating right, and just making sure that you take the time to really check your cardiovascular health as a form of being preventative, so no one else has to endure. They could be walking and then a heart attack could happen to them. So just preventative ways women particularly can get help and can be seen to make sure that their heart is healthy and they're able to live long lives. And then we had this special guest, their Grammy-nominated hip-hop duo, Black Violin. They were phenomenal. It was just overall such an inspiring and empowering event. So many good speakers. Lots of money was raised and lots of awareness, and very important, wise individuals just discussing their stories and how we can make an impact in the community. Just overall, just such a profound day.
Getting back to this cardiovascular, it just makes me think about so many things. So I think a lot of people at a certain age, they don't even think about their heart. They might not even think about their heart until something happens. So they might be 50, 60, 40, whatever, and not think about, they could be 70 and not think about their heart until something happens. But you don't know, just like you were just pointing out to us. So it would behoove us, one of my mom's favorite words, it would behoove us, and my mother, she was born in February, on February 14th, and it would behoove us to keep our heart in, we have to keep it in the forefront of our mind. No matter our age, we always have to think, okay, are we exercising? Are we eating healthy? Because all of this pertains to our heart, even as something like going to the dentist, because if you don't, and the plaque is building up, and then that can go down in your system and attach to your blood vessels or whatever and clog them up. So the whole body is connected, AnnaMarie. I keep saying that.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, it's so true. So we have to be mindful of that. So the luncheon sounds phenomenal. How blessed are we that right here in Hampton Roads, we have the first lady to go into the NFL as a black lady to go into the NFL as a referee. That's pretty cool.
Right? Yes, I love that. It was just, it's so amazing for me because I'm very big on like mentorship and obviously like personal development and growth and just seeing these women and how far they've come and the trials they've gone through, not just, in their personal lives, but also with with heart disease being a significant stressor. It really makes you think, and it really makes you realize that, life is just so special, and it's such a gift to be able to live it. And that's why getting your heart checked and making sure your health is up to par is just crucial, because you hear kind of like the hardships and the dark times these people go through, and at first you're just like, well, but you kind of see the light that comes out of it and the advocacy and awareness that comes out of it that ultimately promotes just amazing things for the greater good as far as just education on healthy living and heart health and just being able to live like an amazing life. So it starts with heart health, but it's really what's amazing about the American Heart Association and these speakers is, yes, like the heart health is so important, but I feel they advocate for that on such a strong level because they really want to encourage that like life is so worth living, and taking care of yourself is essential to just live and enjoy these amazing, memories and moments we get to have. So it's just, it was just so profound and such an amazing time. And I learned so much, and I hope others can as well.
One thing that a friend of mine told, normal heartbeat is not like the no heartbeat, but it's okay. It's not, whatever. But it seemed to be that way, a characteristic of in their family. So they all started going to the same doctors, because then the doctor is seeing what's going on with everybody in the family, and it's a more thorough, what's the word I want to use? It's a more thorough analysis of this family and what their health conditions, especially their heart, is.
Right.
I never thought of it.
Absolutely.
I never thought of it. I never thought of the benefits of a family going to the same doctor before.
Yes, it can open a lot of doors and give you lots of answers. Like, I know I was first diagnosed with my condition at 7, and so that's why and I'm fine and I'm healthy now, but that's what I'm saying is you don't know. And once, I got my diagnosis, the rest of my family got checked as well. So it really is unique to kind of see like the ripple effect of just making sure that, everyone in your family too is safe.
Everybody is safe. So do you mind, tell me more about the Women of Impact campaign? And I know that kicked off already, but just tell me more about that Women of Impact campaign. What does that involve? Yes,
it is such a unique movement. So individuals across this group of the entire country are nominated to be a part of this really unique experience. 6 women are normally, that's the amount that are nominated throughout for here, Hampton Roads. And basically what they do is they're going to lead a 9-week initiative to help women live healthier lives and build a healthier lifestyle. And basically the nominee who made the most impact based off their community involvement, most fundraise, community networking and awareness, and to be rewarded the title of Hampton Roads Women of Impact winner. And the purpose of this movement is really to bring together champions from within their networks to form an impact team, which is why it's called the Women of Impact movement. And it's to set a goal and to build fundraising opportunities and to bring awareness directly for women's health and the Go Red for Women mission. It really is an amazing force where women can use their voices to advocate on heart health and bring awareness to cardiovascular disease because it is the number one killer of women. So it's just a really unique way to spread awareness and to see what women in our community, specifically Hampton Roads, are doing to kind of, start the spark. So you start the spark to build, the fire. So just seeing what they're doing in order to help women live healthier lives and to overall just impact the community as a whole.
That right there is powerful.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's why I just love this organization so much. It's such a uniting force. It really is a very powerful thing.
Okay, so tell me this. How can people in the community, in the 757, how can they get involved in heart health, Heart Month activities? I know that people are listening to you right now, and, you've got their juices flowing. You've got them thinking. You've got them thinking about their own health.
I hope so.
Yes, no, you do. Trust and believe. You've got them thinking about ways that they can be healthier. They can make their families healthier. You got them thinking about ways that, they can eat better, be better patients when they're going to the doctor's office. You've got them going to the website. So
absolutely. So what's nice about this is there's so many different ways. Obviously, social media is booming. You have TikTok. You have Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. It is just a very booming time for social media. So really, it starts there. You can share your message on social media if you see a fundraising opportunity or if you see an inspirational story, linked with the American Heart Association, or if you know someone that has a story, share that message. It can be through any type of social media domain, or if you have tips on from the American Heart Association on how to be healthy from their website. There's so many ways now with the internet that you can share these ideas. So social media alone is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a good way to utilize that. Also, there are communities and businesses that are actually turning their buildings. A big one that Heart Month is involved is Virginia Beach City Hall. They're lighting up with red, and we hope to have more join in throughout the month of February to kind of have a community involvement of turning their buildings red to continue to bring awareness and advocacy. Another way you can get involved is going on the American Heart Association website and giving a life-saving gift. Any donation from $5 to $100, whatever you have, it all goes towards research and help and advocacy. And as someone who's worked with the American Heart Association for so long, I'm a true testament to say that money genuinely goes towards this type of lobbying and advocacy, so we can continue those advancements to understand heart health. So going on the website and just making any type of donation or gift that you can, and also going to Hampton Roads at heart.org. Mm-hmm. You can contact Hampton Roads at heart.org, and they are more than happy to provide you with, it truly is, you can volunteer, you can, like I said, donate, use hashtags when you share on your social. It really is endless. So those are probably the top 4, though, that I can think of that are really unique ways you can get involved.
And when you are saying, AnnaMarie, get involved and the community can get involved, you're not just talking about women, correct?
No, this is anyone, kids, adults, men, women, everyone. Everyone can get involved. It is really a group effort. It's such a powerful movement because even though some of these campaigns might be directed towards women specifically, it is open for everyone. We want to educate kids young. We want to educate men too. It is definitely all inclusive. We want to encourage families and of all ages, everyone, to know that they can get involved and make an impact. And it's truly very rewarding. It's a very rewarding organization, and it's an area of advocacy and awareness that you will not regret investing your time into, because likely it's affecting your daughter or your sister or your wife or your niece, and so why not get involved to advocate and to bring awareness to that? So in return, like, we all can live healthier lives, not just for women, but for all. So it's really amazing. I hope everyone gets involved.
Now, tell me this. You were talking about some of the buildings lighting up red. So how does that work? I don't understand. They just put red spotlights on the building? Is that what we're talking about?
It just depends. So there are certain buildings, like at Christmas time, they can light their buildings red. But even if it's not actually, or at Christmas time, they'll light up different colors. So it really just depends on the company. Either it can be inside they decorate for red, on outside they can decorate for red. It just depends what building has access to what. So, yeah, so sometimes it might be light, sometimes it might just be inside. But, just either way, however they can manage it based off the organization, they can do, if they have the means to make their lights red on the outside. I see it everywhere in downtown Norfolk. There's lights all over some of the buildings.
That's
so
true.
If they can make those red, or if it's just, internally in the office and the front desk, anything really they can do to kind of celebrate this month for sure. So it just depends on the organization and what they have access to.
AnnaMarie, your voice and your enthusiasm makes me think that you're going to be doing this for a long time.
I hope so. I'm very passionate about this. So, yes, I love to advocate, bring awareness. I also have my own, personal experiences with it, which obviously makes me more passionate. But overall, regardless if you have a personal experience or not, it is an organization and a company that you will not regret investing your time into.
How long have you been involved?
I've been involved with the American Heart Association probably around 2014 to now.
Wow.
Currently.
You got a track record going there.
Yes, yeah. I've been working with them for a long time, primarily volunteer work, and it's just been one of the most life-changing things. And I'm so passionate about it because it's an organization that is genuine, and it's an organization that does what they say they're going to do. And I'm very big on, I'm only going to advocate for something I believe in. So I truly believe in the American Heart Association and the impact it's capable of having.
That's very important what you said there. And you're right. Something you believe in, and people, something that is, they actually do what they say they're going to do. Because, it's so many crazy people out here doing, say, I'm going to do so and so and so, and they don't do any of it. So when you find an organization that actually does it, that is really a plus.
Yes. Absolutely, and this is that organization for sure.
So if you are just joining us, we are in the final minutes of this interview with AnnaMarie Ward. And February, everybody, it's American Health Month. It's American Health Month. Woo, woo. I know we get all caught up in one certain day and everything, but we've got to start, we get that box of chocolates, but we got to have a healthy heart so we can ingest that box of chocolates. Yes. Put it like that.
Go for a brisk walk after.
That's it. And go, it brings back such good memories because, like I told you, my mom was born on Valentine's Day, so my dad would walk in the house and he would have the big box of Whitman's.
Oh, wonderful.
And then for my sister and I, he would give us the smaller boxes. And it's just memories that you just don't forget. I didn't even like the candy, but just the fact that I'll always remember how my dad did that, I
know. Yeah, it's so sweet.
It is so sweet. So again, February is American Heart Month, and you all are celebrating. You have the Go Red for Women movement. That is something you said is nationwide, right?
Yes, ma'am, nationwide.
You have the local division of the American Heart Association that recently hosted their Go Red for Women digital luncheon. You have the Women of Impact campaign, which is fabulous. That's going on.
Yes.
And you have ways that people in the community can actually get involved. And before you leave, I just want you to go through those activities again, the activities that people can do to get involved.
Yes. So real briefly, the theme is Reclaiming Your Rhythm, which is basically just encouraging women to build their confidence and encouraging them to kind of gain back their health, whether it's their heart health and mental health, just based off the pandemic stress and normal life stressors that women face. In addition, they've collaborated with Pandora, the Reclaiming Your Rhythm, in order for women to your playlists that make them feel confident and encourage them to get out there and get active. There's the Woman of Impact movement, which is where there's 6 women that are nominated throughout Hampton Roads, basically on this 9-week journey to build healthier lifestyles within the community, and just bring in fundraising and education and advocacy. Then there's Go Red for Women, which is another signature initiative with the American Heart Association, which is sponsored by people like CVS and Terra Optima, which is all about empowering women on taking charge of their life and is really a catalyst for change. And there's many ways to get involved, whether it's through sharing info on social media, giving funds, checking out the website, going or emailing hamptonroads@heart.org, turning your space red. It just is endless. So that's kind of a quick, brief summary of everything you can do to get involved and to bring awareness to this really amazing cause.
AnnaMarie Ward, you are a gem, and they should never, ever, ever let you go, okay?
Thank you.
No, I want to thank you for joining us on Spartan Life Radio. I want to thank all the listeners that joined us this week. It has been enjoyable, and it has been a wonderful learning experience. So, again, I say thank you. All right.
Thank you so much for having me. I've had such a fun time.
Not a problem at all, and you go have a wonderful rest of the American Heart Month, okay?
Yes, I plan to. Thank you so much.
All right, take care. I'm Cheryl Wilkerson. This has been Spartan Life Radio. You all are the best. We'll do it again next Sunday, 12 noon. Take care. Have a fabulous week. I love you. Bye-bye.